Let's go. Let's go. It's about that time, though. Huh? It's about that time, though. Uh-oh. It's about that time, though. Y'all realize they lied to us about everything? Peace, 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 peace. Come on in here. Come on in here. Oh, what's up? They lied to us about everything. Y'all ready, though? Man, look. We ain't finna waste no time. We ain't finna waste no time. Yo, come on in, man. Come on in, come on in, come on in. We not wasting no time. Share this beam out. Look, hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second now. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Let me ask y'all something. You know who this is? You know who this is right here? This is the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Get familiar. Everybody out here trying to chase some answers. You trying to figure some stuff out. You need to start right here. You see that? Noble Drew Ali is born of Cherokee descent near the corporate state of South Carolina. Really was North Carolina, 1886. So check it out. Why is that important? Because the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, even though he was of Cherokee descent, he didn't claim a Cherokee as a nationality. He claimed a Moorish American as a nationality. So all y'all American Indians out there, y'all Native Americans out there, y'all love saying Noble Drew Ali, he was a Cherokee. Yeah, he was of Cherokee descent, but he knew that Cherokee was not a nationality. Bing bong. Nah, when you talk about, well, what we need to do right now, first thing you need to do, you need to dive into this right here. It's called a divine warning by the prophet. For, what'd he say? For the nations. We gonna get straight to it. We ain't finna play no games. Straight to it. All right. One thing that we got to get together, if you talking about unity, if you talking about we need to get together and come together, the only way you gonna come together is with a nationality. That is the unity. Without a nationality, you dead in law. You a 3/5 of a person in law. That's what our people do not understand because of the technology. The technology keep coming from the same people. Look, the technology keep coming from the same people that keep telling you everything but a more. They keep telling you a Native American, you an African American, you a Negro, you a color person. They keep telling you the same stuff. You a Pan-African. Let me show you something real quick. Hold up. Let's go to this right here. A divine warning. Those that got ears can hear. It say, those who fail to recognize the free national name of their constitutional government are classed as undesirables and are subject to all inferior names and abuses and mistreatments that the citizens care to bestow upon them. And it is a sin for any group of people to violate the national constitutional laws of a free national government and cling to the names and the principles that delude to slavery. Listen, the reason why our people are able to be abused, the reason why our people are able to be mistreated, it's not because of the complexion of our skin. It's not our hair. It ain't got nothing to do with that. Look, this is how they get away with this. They get away with this not because of the complexion of our skin. It has nothing to do with that. What it has to do is we have not been in our birthright. We have not been operating in law. We've been operating with emotions. How we feel. What does it make me feel like? Do I believe it or not? That has nothing to do with law. Check it out, though. We're going to go a little further in the divine warning. What do the Prophet Noble Drew Ali say? What does he say? He says this. He says, You who doubt whether I, the prophet, and my principles are right for the redemption of my people, go to those that know law in the city hall and among the officials in your government, and ask them under an intelligent tone, and they will be glad to render you a favorable reply. For they are glad to see me bring you out of darkness into the light. Money doesn't make the man. It is free national standards and power that makes a man and a nation. So let's look at something real quick. Peace and love to all the Moors, all the Muslims, all the Asiatics. Hey, you see how Hollywood, the U.S. corporation, you see what's going on in the world, right? You see what's going on in the world? You see how these people that got all this so-called money, they just throwing it up in the air. If the U.S. corporation want to bank, they want to stop their bread, stop their bank from coming in, they shut them down. They can strip you if you a billionaire. They can strip you if you a millionaire, a thousandaire. It don't matter because it's all coming from an artificial entity called the U.S. corporation, which is a federal corporation for foreign human for profit trafficking. This is the corporation. So the divine warning that we listening to, Noble Drew Ali, the prophet, he already explained the solutions. Our people, real shit, is hard-headed. We just got to keep it all the way 100. People want to do what they want to do. They want to say what they want to say, but they want to complain the loudest when they not being treated the way they think they should be treated. We got to keep it all the way 100. All that hard-headed, arrogant, ego-driven conversation and thought process, that's what's keeping people back. So imagine this right here. Look. Imagine this right here. Look. Let me show y'all something. Watch this. Watch this right here. You who doubt whether I, the prophet, and my principles are right for the redemption of my people, go to those that know law. How many of our people avoid the law book like COVID, like the plague? Don't even want to open up a law book. Don't want to open up no law dictionary. This shit is like kryptonite. If this conversation get brought up, people gonna go the other way. As if this is some kryptonite or something. How you expect to get justice when you ignorant of the law and how the law work? You can't get justice. This is why none of these black misleaders, they teach law. Because ignorance is $1 trillion business. Think about it. Think about it like this. Think about it like this. If somebody got solutions to problems, but the person that got the solutions, they don't talk about the problem. Like somebody got say something wrong with your car, right? They a mechanic. They say they a mechanic. They know how to fix cars. But you bring your car up in there and you telling them about what's wrong with the car. You think what's wrong with the car. Their job as a teacher or professional, somebody with knowledge, they supposed to diagnose the problem, right? They supposed to go straight to the problem, listen to what's going on, test it with their instruments, and figure out what the hell the problem is. These people, so-called black leaders, these people that so-called black influencers, what they do is you bring your situation up into their shop. They gonna come and say, let's look at the windshield wipers. Let's look at the air pressure in the tire. This is the type of goofy shit they do. They don't. If you got a problem with your engine, I want you to pop the hood, put your diagnosis on what's going on with the car, so I can see what's going on. Not coming to me telling me about the tires, telling me about the windshield wipers. I don't want to hear nothing about the steering wheel. I don't want to hear nothing about the inside of the car. I want you to tell me what's wrong with the car. That's somebody that's sharing knowledge, giving you useful information that you could use to fix the problem. One of the main things is this right here. Where is that? Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it? Where is it at? Here you go. Here you go right here. Right here. Look. Look at this. Steps and habits in critical thinking process, right? What are the steps and the habits in critical thinking processes? What are they? The first step is the knowledge. Ain't we talking about the knowledge? We talking about the knowledge, right? So look, the first step is to acquire enough information about the problem you are facing. You can achieve this by simply asking a series of open-ended questions. The two most important questions are, what is the problem I need to address? And why do I need to solve it? With these two questions, you should be able to generate a clear vision and gain a deeper understanding about how to begin solving your problem. What is the problem with people who identify as persons of color? Why are these people who identify as persons of color constantly being mistreated, constantly being abused, constantly being blackballed, blacklisted? It's in the word black. And it's the ignorance of the law, the absence of the law mentally. That's the cure. Look. Check it out. What does it say right here? What does Noble Drew Ali say right here? Back to the prophet. What does he say? He said, go to those that know law, right? So it's about time to get out of the emotions, get out of what you believe in, and start going to somewhere that makes sense. Like, if I'm not getting no justice, don't you think by now it's about time to go to a law dictionary? I mean, let's just make it make sense. If somebody constantly getting beat up in the boxing ring, don't you think it'd be time to get a new trainer? Don't you think it'd be time to do something different than you constantly getting uppercutted? You ain't getting taught how to defend yourself. This is the defense in the real world in real time. You want justice? You got to go to what justice is at. It's in the law dictionary. Everybody got this book except our people, because our people think it's the complexion of our skin that gets us to be mistreated. That's cap. It ain't got nothing to do with the complexion of the skin. Let's go right here. Look, we going straight to what the prophet was talking about. And y'all know, right? Hold up. Y'all know that it's still Moorish American week right now, right? It's still popping outside right now. It's Moorish American week all week right now. It's over on the 15th. It's a full moon right now, though. It's up. Look at this. So what'd he say? He say, I love my people. I say I love my people, and I desire their unity and mind back to their own free national and divine standard, because day by day, they have been violating the national and constitutional laws of their government by claiming names and principles that are unconstitutional. Unconstitutional. One of the main things is we think that this right here does not apply to us. That's the trick. That's the finesse. The finesse is we have been misinformed, miseducated by the school system and all these sellouts that keep telling us you need to leave America and you need to go someplace else. Why would we want to leave here? And this is the true old world. Why would we want to leave America? And this is the only place that you could trace your ancestors back to in real time. Your grandmama, your mama, your great-grandmama, your great-granddaddy. You understand? They keep telling us, you need to go to Africa. You need to go to the motherland. What? Let me ask you a question. If we got brought over here as so-called slaves, right? Then can you explain how this 20-ton basalt Moorish head that got a fez on, How did that get transported over here to the Americas? Gotcha. Gotcha. How did this and all up and down from so-called Canada, North America, Central America, and South America, how did these get transported on wooden boats to the Americas? This is an Olmec head. The phenotype is undoubtedly that of a Moor, and the headdress resembles a fez. The headdress resembles a fez. So can you answer that for me? Can you answer, how did they carry something that weighed 20 tons on a wooden boat in the 1400s? I mean, just make it make sense. So this is what we talking about. This is what we talking about. We talking about this right here. Look. We talking about this right here. Just start using critical thinking. All we need to start doing is just stop believing and start actually answering the questions. What is the problem? Hold up. Let's go to it. First, you got to identify the problem by asking two important questions. What is the problem I need to address? And why do I need to solve it? Our people are not getting justice. Our people are getting this. Constantly, all day, every day. Denied health care. Denied a car. You denied a loan. You ain't getting no pay raise on your job. See? The bogus house rates. The bogus taxes. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali said we were going to be taxed to death. And it's literally happening in front of our faces. It's literally happening. So you got knowledge. You identify the problem by asking the questions. You use comprehension. Then you use application. Because knowledge without application is dead. You just know a whole lot, but you ain't doing shit with it. You just know a whole lot. You ain't applying it to nothing. So step 4 is to analyze, synthesize, and then take action. Knowledge, comprehension, application, analyze, synthesis, action. What we've been doing is we've been so busy believing everybody who can never show you a book reference. They don't have no receipts. They don't have no documents. All they do is get in front of the camera and start talking. Yeah, all they do is start talking. They don't produce nothing. So back to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, right? Look, what'd he say? He say this. He say, so there isn't but one supreme issue for my people to use to redeem that which was lost. And that is through the above statements. What? Let me just go a little further into this real quick. Check it out. He say, but if the above principles are not carried out by the citizens and my people in this government, the worst is yet to come. Because the great God of the universe is not pleased with the works that are being performed in North America by my people, and this great sin must be removed from the land to save it from enormous earthquakes, diseases, fires. You know the fires. You know those fires that's been going on, huh? Like them fires that's been going on. You know the fires I'm talking about. Y'all seen the news, huh? You know them fires, right? Hold up. Since you might think it's something new under the sun. You know them fires? Okay, so think about this. Y'all been watching the news, right? You tell me, is this a coincidence? The fires that's out there in California right now burning. The fires that was out there in Hawaii that was burning. You tell me if this don't look similar. Look at these buildings right here. There's nothing new under the sun. Look at these buildings. And then you turn the news on. Don't the buildings, don't the towns, don't the things that say they burn down from fire, don't they look real similar to these pictures right here? It's no such thing as coincidence. None. Here's an earthquake again. California, 1906, and fire. Allah is not pleased with the people, especially in North America. Here's a California fire again. 2017. How the cars look like that? You feel me more? How the cars look like that? When have you seen a fire do that? When look at China, 2015. When have you seen a whole building look like that and the cars look like that? Nah. 1906. Torch rail cars. How do y'all look the same? How do all these images look the same? Now, let me really blow your mind. Do you think it's DEW? Do you think it's DO? 1906. And here's 2017. So look at the images of 1906. Zoom in on it. Look at 1906. Nah, look at 2017. Nah, look at 2025. You think it's a coincidence that it look like that? Don't you notice that it's all about fires and earthquakes, and that's the same thing? I mean, literally the same thing. Exactly. Sound like some lasers or something was up in there. Noble Drew Ali said, this great sin must be removed from the land to save it from enormous earthquakes and diseases and fires. Ain't that what's happening today? But nah, people just so wrapped up in what they believe in. You tell me, this Chicago. You tell me, how does these buildings look like this? How do the buildings, how do they look like this? They look the same as right now. Burnt to the ground. Burnt to the ground. But you think it's just a random fire. You think it's a random fire? Hey man, he said he love his peoples. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali I'm talking about. He said, I love my peoples. I love my peoples. And I desire their unity in mind back to their own free national and divine standard, because day by day they keep violating the national and constitutional laws of their government. But watch this though. He say, if Italians, Greeks, English, Chinese, Japanese, Turks, and Arabians are forced to claim their free national name, their religion, their nationality before the constitutional government of the United States of America, it is no more than right that the law should be enforced upon all other American citizens alike. Do you see what's going on? Hold up. Let me just show you something. Show you something real quick. Check it out.
Because I was talking to Mexicans. I said, why y'all don't like black people? He said, black people, a lot of Mexicans don't like black. Because I was talking to Mexicans. I said, why y'all don't like black people? He said, black people, we're quick to turn on each other. You know what I mean? He said, when Mexicans come in, like we in jail, and he showed me. He said, let's sit right here and watch. So they bring new people in. He said, watch this. When a Mexican come in, other Mexicans run to the door, help him with his bag. When a white guy come in, white people go out there, help him out, get him situated. When a black person come in, all the black people sit back and say, that nigga might be a snitch, or he might be touching kids. We criticize you before you come through the door. And he said, that's why I don't deal with black people.
Look at that.
He said he liked me because he saw me give another black person some food because he said he was hungry, because I was this way and I was that way. That's why he talking to me. I was like, wow. He's like, but yeah, black people are like the worst when it comes to,
how we treat each other.
And it's true.
How we treat each other. How we treat each other. People claiming they want unity. They want us to be together. But they keep doing this stuff. This is what they keep doing. They keep giving up their birthright. Unknowingly, they give up their birthright and they claim a label instead of a nationality. How does that make sense? Easy. It makes perfect sense. Because what is a label? Let's just crack open a dictionary real quick. Hit you upside your head with it. It say, what's a label? A label is a noun or it's a verb. It says word or short phrase used to describe some person, thing, or idea. See, it's a phrase. It's not a nationality. It's not connected to a land. And keep in mind, America ain't got nothing to do with India. So that shit is retarded that you keep saying, some people keep saying that they Indians or you Pan-Africans. You're not connecting yourself to a land. What language is Pan-African? Huh? What language is it? Can you answer that? What's the national language of a Pan-African? First of all, where's Pan-Africa located on a map? Where is it? It's nowhere. It don't even exist. This is what I'm saying. Like, if you really want to start getting unity, you got to start putting these people that's out here lying, capping, you got to start putting them on blast. Where is FBA located? Where is that? Is that a land on the planet? No, sir. So if it ain't a land on the planet, look at this. Let's just keep it straight basic. It's 7 continents on the planet. 7 of them. Everybody else claims a land recognized on the planet, except so-called black people. And do you think that these pale-skinned Europeans, do you think that they, when they get up to go to their family reunion, do you think when these pale-skinned Europeans, when they get up to go to a bar mitzvah, or they get up to go to the Polish fest, the Greek fest, the Irish fest, do you think they go there talking about, I'm white. I'm the whitest one here. They don't even talk like that because they just playing the game. Black and white is a game. It's a constructed game that our people are totally unaware of. They think that black and white people is a real thing. Black and white is a social construct meant to destroy, genocide the Moorish people, the Aboriginal and Indigenous people. It's a mind game. This all they doing. They know they don't know white people exist. They know they don't know black people exist. What they looking for is emotionalism. Problem, reaction, solution. Watch this right here. On this word, label. All right? Label. So you say this right here. Label. What else is a label? A label is a brand or trademark that identifies a product as made by a specific company. Company that makes and sells phonograph records. So a label, this is why we're not labels. We're Moors and we have a nationality. If you want to be the one that say, I'm going to label myself, what you're doing is you're saying that you're a brand, a trademark, and you're a product. Who owns you? You know who owns you? Hold up. You know who owns you? Since you're saying that hold up. Since you keep saying that you're a person of color, you know who own you? Let me show you real fast. Let me show you real fast who own you. You keep saying it don't matter what you call yourself. It's just those are just labels. So if it didn't matter, then why is it so difficult for you to identify with a recognized nationality? Hold up. Because you need to see it. You need to see it in black and white. You need to see it, fam. Because once you see it, it's gonna make you think. If you choose to be black, if you choose to be a person of color, if you choose to be a Pan-African, if you choose to be an Indian, those are all slave labels. All right? Those are trademark phrases. Those belong to corporations. So who your daddy and your mama is? Your daddy and your mama is the United States Federal Corporation. Go ahead and check this out at cornelllaw.edu. Go ahead online and just run that up real fast. So you can see that you be like, what you've been labeling yourself, your daddy and your mama, since you've been labeling yourself a slave brand, your daddy and your mama is the United States, which is a federal corporation. It does not belong to human beings. You don't have human rights when you label yourself that. When you label yourself, when you want to be a label and not a nationality, you don't have human rights. You ain't got none of that. That shit dead. But you want to be a label. You don't think it matters what you identify yourself as. Hold up. Let's go right here. You heard what Fool was just talking about, right? How he was locked up and he said the Mexicans, they said they didn't like so-called black people because how the so-called black people treat each other. The so-called black people, when somebody get locked up, first thing they're going to do is turn their back on them. They're going to label them a snitch. They're going to label him he did something with children, a child molester. They're going to label him. But the Mexicans and the Hyper-Europeans, somebody get locked up, or maybe the Boricans, they get locked up, they going to stick tight. They going to stick together. What our people do? First thing they do is they going to label you.
Mexicans run to the door, help him with his bag. When a white guy come in, white people go out there, help him out, get him situated. When a black person come in, all the black people sit back and say, that nigga might be a snitch, or he might be touching kids.
You see that? See that?
Criticize you before you come through the door. And he said, that's why I don't deal with black people.
Yeah. Now let me just drop something on y'all real fast. Hold up. Peace and love to all y'all out there, man. All y'all critical thinkers out there. All y'all out there that's tired of the nonsense and you looking for some answers. The answers is found right here in law. This is where the answers is at. The answers is in the law books, man. Look. So when you say from the book The Torch, he say, hold up. Let's go right here. Let's go. Let's go ahead and cook. Oh, what'd he say? He said this. If you got this book, The Torch, we on page 53. It said this. This is what's interesting. Check it out. He say, reclamation of birthright. If you don't do anything else, declare your nationality. Were the instructions of the prophet Noble Drew Ali. We talking about the instructions, right? He says there are 5 points of substance, 5 essential qualities of real man: spirit, flesh, soul, nationality, and creed. These are the 5 universal components. The 5 universal components. In my book, I go a little deeper on that. But the 5 universal components that people that label themselves black, colored, or Negro, you're missing this. You're missing these 2. So without these 2, without all these 5, you're looked at as a 3/5 man, woman, and child. You're not a complete living being. You've been stripped. Love more. Snatch this up right here off Amazon. Snatch this up right here. I go a little deeper into this right here. Real life. So when you saying, well, what is that going to do for us? He say, this is why persons branded as blacks or any other racial ethnic misnomer are considered 3/5 a man, according to the Constitution, because in the taking of one's nationality, you also strip them of their creed, which sets the standard by which men conduct themselves. So how you going to conduct yourself as a man? How you going to conduct yourself as a woman and you ain't even complete your damn self? Appreciate y'all. Much love, much love. Think about that. How you going to conduct yourself? How you going to expect somebody to be 100 with you when you ain't complete your damn self? How? How does that work? How's that going to work? How's that going to work? How is it going to work? It can't work. It can't work. You know what I'm saying? It can't work, fam. And if it don't work, what you supposed to do with it? If it don't work, then you gotta do away with it, right? You gotta throw it in the garbage. If it don't work, you gotta throw it out. You gotta do something different. You gotta change your plan up. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people, they hard-headed. They don't want to do nothing different. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to do nothing different. All they want to do is what they own. But they complain the loudest though. This is what they be doing. They complain the loudest, but they not open to receive no information that could change their position and their situation. You know what I'm saying? Islam. So look, I'm gonna show y'all when I get done with the beam out though. We're gonna run the books up. Islam. Look, so what it say? It says if you did want to go to the Quran, what it say? Surah 13, right? It say, for each one are successive angels before and behind him who protect him by the decree of Allah. Indeed, Allah will not change the condition of a people until they change what is in themselves. What? We talking about a little passage. You say you read your Quran, right? Huh? You say you read your Quran? Or you say you read the Bible? Whichever one you do. We talking about the Quran right now. So you say you read the Quran, and the Quran talking about some what? Allah will not change the condition of a people until they change what is in themselves. Damn. And when Allah intends for a people ill, there is no repelling it. And there is not for them besides him any patron. What? He say, dogs and slaves were named by their master, and only free men named themselves. That's Dr. John Henry Clark. This the one that all these conscious community, you know what I'm saying, people be out here talking about, Dr. John Henry Clark, did you study him? Did you study Dr. Ben? Yeah, he said dogs and slaves were named by their master and only free men named themselves. Meaning you got to step into your nationality yourself. You got to step into your nationality. If you out here talking about, it don't matter what I label myself. It don't matter. Hold up. Watch this right here. This shit crazy. Watch this. Hey, you know this right here? The king and queen on the chessboard, right? Now, the queen, she can move to any square she want to on the chessboard. She can't jump though, but she can move to any block on the chessboard, right? But she can only do that. That's her position. That's her movement, right? Now watch this. She's being in her full life at that point. The king on the chessboard, see the crowns? The king has to be captured before the game is over. You see that? You have to trap, not the queen. You have to trap the king. The queen on the chessboard can move to any direction, any way she want to move. But the queen on the chessboard, she's the one that protects the king. Check it out though. You see that? The queen on the chessboard protects the king on the chessboard because the king can only go one space at a time, one block at a time. The game ain't over when the queen get took. Nah. The queen could get took. You could get another queen. But when that king get captured, when he get trapped, the game is over. This is why the man and the woman in their proper selves are a dynamic duo. Unstoppable. If they're working together. What the U.S. corporation does is they put differences, divide and conquer tactics between the king and the queen. Therefore, you not going to be able to win the game. How you going to win the game when you fighting with your queen? How you going to win the game and you fighting with your king? And you know, Noble Drew Ali the Prophet, he had said something that was real crazy, real remarkable. You know what he said? He said this right here. Look. So you got to see it. Because once you see it, you're going to be like, yeah, that makes sense. That just makes sense. He said in his prophecies and hadiths, he said this right here. Now, keep in mind, this is written in the 1920s, though. He say this right here. He say, the Moors are the offsprings of kings and queens. Right? Nah, you saying the offsprings of kings and queens. How are we the offsprings of kings and queens? Think about it right now like this. Let's go right over here again to the place that these sellouts, these so-called black miseducators, they don't never open up a law dictionary. They don't even open up a regular dictionary. They for damn sure ain't gonna show you this. Oh no. Why would they show you the grammatical key for the 8 parts of speech? They want us to keep talking crazy, talking about yeah, we're black and they're white. Goof ass. How you gonna not show the grammatical key if you want to start solving problems? If you talking about who are people, people are only nouns. People cannot be adjectives. You could describe somebody, that's an adjective. But an adjective can never be a person, a living being. Bing bong. Only a noun can be a person, a king, or a queen. We're not African Americans. We're not Afro Americans. We're not black. We're not Negroes. Negro actually means black in Spanish. This is why the Prophet Noble Drew Ali told her. He left instructions for us to learn a second language, which would be Spanish. If you out here talking about you a black person, you still saying you a negro. You a Negro. So how would you like it if somebody came up to you and just start calling you a Negro? Tamar. They just come up to you like, hey, Negro. You a Negro, right? Would you get mad? You'll get salty? You'll be blue if they called you a Negro? Why? Why would you be salty for? Why? You calling yourself black. So they calling you what you calling yourself, except they calling you black in another language. They calling you a negro. This is why you don't never let nobody call you a negro that speaks so-called Spanish. They are to address you as a moreno or morena. Not black. Nunca black. Never let nobody call you that. So check it out, though. Look at this right here. Hold up. This is where it's finna get interesting at. So you remember how you said we the offspring of kings and queens? Now this about to blow your mind. Right. Or Moro. Moreno. Morena. Islam, or let me know where y'all tuning in from too, though. Now we say, people love to say, I come from kings. I come from kings and queens. Check it out. Hold up. Come from kings and queens, right? This is about to blow your mind. Let's look up the word king. Keep in mind, we looking up the word king right now. We looking up king and queen, right? Check it out. You a king and you a queen. But this is what's interesting, though. Watch this. This ain't no magic trick. Check it out. This real time. Look. What's a king? Yeah, you know the rack up in here. Chicago, Greenville, North Carolina, AZ, Seattle, Islam. Let's go. Utica. So what it say? Kings County, Brooklyn. Let me know where y'all at. So what it say for a king? A king is a noun. The male ruler of a nation. Male sovereign. Usually with a hereditary position with either absolute or limited power. Shout out to the Bay. See that? See that right there? It said absolute power, right? Hereditary position. Hereditary position. Hereditary position. Philly, Islam. Cali, Islam. So then we go with hereditary position, right? Now, let's look up queen. Let's look up queen. Queen, there you go. All you queens out there. See how it's spelled too? See, the queen is spelled this way. Queen. It's not spelled Quean because Quean means a harlot. All right, you don't want to spell. You gotta check that spelling. So a queen right here spelled this way, the proper way, is a noun. Islam, or wife of a king. Notice what it say. A queen is a wife of a king. She ain't just no chick that the king dealing with. She is the wife of the king. That part, the wife of a king. Harlem, Islam. The wife. Not the side chick. Nah, not the chick he dealing with. Nah. No, she is the wife of a king. Now watch this. Watch what it say about her though. The female ruler of a nation. Female sovereign. Usually with the hereditary position with either absolute or limited power. What? Jersey Islam. Now, watch how we tied together though. Let's tie it together. Let's just do it together. Let's tie it together. Now you see how I was saying sovereign, right? See how I was saying sovereign? People love saying, I'm sovereign. They can't even tell you what sovereign mean. And the U.S. corporation, they'll be out here trying to mislead us, talking about U.S. corporation, talking about sovereign citizen. It's no such thing in law as a sovereign citizen. That shit cap. So what's a sovereign? Sovereign is a noun. Oakland, Islam. You say sovereign is a supreme ruler, king or queen, monarch, Wyoming, Islam. But what it say? King or queen are the supreme rulers, person, group, or nation having supreme control or dominion, masters, sovereign of the seas. What? Sovereignty, noun, supreme power or authority, supremacy, the sovereignty of the sea. And they're all nouns. Exactly, more. They're all nouns, and nouns deal with people. Adjectives deal with objects. See that? So since we are offsprings of kings and queens, why would you not want to have your crown upright? Why wouldn't you want to have your crown shining, filled with diamonds, rubies, emeralds? You feel me? Gold and all that. Why wouldn't you want your crown on your head? Why would you want to put this? Why would you want to slap yourself with a label that came from bondage, chattel property, slave narratives, 3/5 of a person? You want to be these 3/5, or you want to be this? This is who we are. This is who we come from. And the only way you can get this right here is to deal with nationality, because you cannot have sovereignty without nationality. Bing fucking bong. Then you come right here with sovereignty. And what does it say? Supreme power or authority, supremacy. Supreme power, authority. You know, right here, this Constitution. And this Constitution is something real interesting that's in there. It's an article in here, Article 6, that says that the Constitution is the supreme law of the land. So the kings and the queens, hold up. The kings and the queens, the Moors or Moorish Americans, we deal as Moorish Americans or Moors, we deal with sovereignty on a national level, meaning our power, our absolute power is backed up with the Constitution. Keep in mind, the Constitution does not give us rights. The Constitution keeps the so-called government in check. Our rights come from Allah, the Creator, known as unalienable rights, God-given rights. They don't come from this. This is just on paper form to keep the so-called government in line and in check. to stop them from what they've been doing, which is conducting tyranny against the Aboriginal and indigenous people, the Moors on the planet, specifically in North America, Central, South America, and all the islands. This is where it comes to man, know thyself. But whole time, I want to show you something real quick, though. Look at this. Just in case you might be thinking like, well, how do I declare my nationality? How do I do that? That's a great question. Hopefully this beam out right here gonna help you with something. It say, this right here. It must be understood and overstood that being a national, like every other state or status, begins mentally. In other words, you must know and feel that you are free. You must carry yourself as a sovereign, king and queen in all aspects of your life, which ultimately means you are by, for, of, and of law, the common and natural law of creation, but that you also navigate the laws of man accordingly. Paperwork cannot and will not set you free. One more time. Paperwork cannot and will not set you free. Fiat, so-called money, won't set you free, nor will arrogance or self-pity. The only key to freedom is knowledge and application of law divine. In other words, obedience to naturalness, simplicity, courage, and compassion abounding. Continue to learn and grow as to become active Moors, participating in the upliftment of the world and enriched prosperity of the Moorish nation. Now, this is what's wild. This is what's wild. You already free. Yo, fam, listen to me. You already free out there. You already free. Nobody got chains on you. You put chains on yourself by a lack of knowledge and the application of that knowledge. This flag right here is a symbol of your freedom. This is the flag right here. These 5 points right here not only represent arm, leg, arm, head. They also represent love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. This flag right here also represents the Moorish Empire. The empire expands the globe. It's not over there in Africa somewhere, in Morocco over there. No, sir. The Morocco they talking about was the Morocco in the Americas. That's here. That's over here. That ain't got nothing to do with just over there. Over there, that Morocco is in so-called Africa. That's a kingdom of the Moorish Empire. That over there, that's a kingdom. Just like this right here is a kingdom. Jamrock, Watagwan, that's a kingdom right there. That's a kingdom right there. Cuba, that's the kingdom. Puerto Rico, that's the kingdom. The Tainos, that's the kingdom. The Trinidadians, that's the kingdom. Barbados, that's the kingdom. You understand? That's the kingdom flag. That's the kingdom flag. That's the kingdom flag. And all of the other flags, those Cape Verde, Dominica, Haiti, some know it as Haiti, Guatemala. I mean, the Bahamas. We could, all of the so-called flags, especially in the Americas, those are all kingdoms of the Moorish Empire. So we ain't got to go nowhere to be like, I'm at home already. Yo, the planet is your home. What you mean? Fam, the entire planet is our home. We over here, though, in the Moorish Empire, which is the Americas. You feel me? Look. So we go right here with it. Let's go right here. Hold up. Let's go right here with it. We go right here with it. Look at this. Many active and conscious Moorish Americans across our Northwest continent, America, have been consistent and dedicated in their duties and responsibilities to answer up to their Constitution principles. In exercising our unalienable rights and their own divine birthrights, Moors have been working to take their places in the affairs of man. We talking about men and women. Been working. You want to see something wild though? Hold up. You want to see something wild? Check this out. For them out there that's like, nah, we can't be Moorish Americans. We got to be something else. Now remember the last beam out that I showed y'all, the proclamation. All right. Remember that? If you didn't catch that beam out, run that beam out back and run and catch up to that. There was 7 proclamations that were sent out nationwide to 7 cities. Right? And as you see, Moorish American Week is stamped with the golden seal and recognized in those 7 cities. This is Marilyn Strickland. She's the mayor of Tacoma, Washington. Whole time, look. You talking about receipts. Look. On December 22nd, 2011, Rahm Emanuel, if you from Chicago, you know what time it is. Especially if you studying more science. He say, Rahm Emanuel, mayor of Chicago, Mecca, published a proclamation that affirmed that Moors are the Aboriginal and indigenous people of North America, South America, and Central America, and the adjoining islands. Watch this though. To date, 7 other city officials have proclaimed the very same proclamation. We talking about these right here. These receipts right here. You feel me? These receipts right here. Hot. All of them hot. Guess who don't got none of these? Kemetic spirituality, Hebrew Israelites, Black Panthers, Nation of Islam, and the black Indians and the Christians and the Indians and the Pan-Africans. How come they don't have a proclamation? And you might be like, man, proclamation ain't law though. Yeah. Check this out. Remember I just mentioned this right here, how to read the Constitution, because this is the supreme law of the land. Remember I just mentioned that? So let's show and prove in real time then. A proclamation is the act of proclaiming or publishing, which is an avowal, open declaration, or formal declaration. This act causes some state, quote unquote, matters to be published or to be made generally known, and by virtue of that said matter being placed in written form and issued by proper authority. This right here is from the book The Torch. Ether. Hold up. So check it out. Then you say, well, a proclamation like this proclamation that was out here in Chicago and 7 other cities, this proclamation right here, what they was talking about? They said in article, you see this right here? Look, Article 6, American Constitution. You see that, right? Hold up. It says in Section 1, full faith and credit shall be given in each state to the public acts. Remember how they said this is an act, and of this act causes some state matters to be published. Hold up. Then you say, yeah, Article 4. Then you say, wait, records and judicial proceedings of every other state. And the Congress may by general laws prescribe the manner in which such acts, records, and proceedings shall be proved and the effect thereof. What does that mean? That mean Noble Drew Ali, not only was he on point with what he was talking about, but he was saying, I love my people. And he was talking about unity and a divine warning. He said, go to those that know law. Go to those that know law. If somebody out here telling you anything and they can't show you no lawful receipts, why is you listening to them in 2025? What you keep listening to them for? So, in other words, not only was it approved by Congress, but each state is supposed to recognize this. It's just we, the people, have to enforce the literature. Again, knowledge needs application. It's cool for us to know a lot, but if you're not actively applying the information and the knowledge, it's dead weight. It's dead weight. Yeah. You talking about putting them class actions in. That's what we supposed to do. That's what we doing. We own that. You know what I'm saying? We own that. Ain't nothing else. You ain't getting recognized in law. This is why we got to start getting knowledgeable and start being fearless with the information. Applying the information and the knowledge. Not just sitting on it talking about, man, they ain't like me because the color of my skin. They should know this already. Nah, it ain't about them knowing it already because they been knew it already. We got to start putting it in motion. Look, then you say this. It say what? It say full faith and credit shall be given in each state to the public acts. This is a public act. This is a proclamation. So since this is a proclamation, then you talking about, okay, well, we need to start applying this information. Like I seen one of the Moabitesses today. She was out here talking about, like, if we start doing what we supposed to be doing as far as applying this knowledge, job applications, they ain't got a Moorish nationality on there. They ain't got the information that you want on there. They not honoring you as far as honoring law. Then we supposed to put that motion in to get them to be on the same page that law is. You feel me? And the only way to do that, first you got to be studying this. Then you got to be studying this. Then you got to be studying this. You got to get in tune with yourself. You got to get in tune with the history. If they don't want to do what they supposed to do, we supposed to be already on that. Action-minded. You feel me? Because Allah said, if you fight for my name, then you're going to have paradise. You're going to live in paradise if you bang for Allah. You know what I'm saying? So 7 proclamations were sent out nationwide. This is just the one from Chicago. This the one from Tacoma, Washington. See that? That was in 2011. This is in 2012. Notice that none of these black officials, notice that none of them put this information out there to the public. They just telling you stay black and light some candles. You know, just keep your head down and just go to work. Right. Let me show y'all something real fast. Salvadorians, Argentinians, Nicaraguans, Chileans, Haitians, Colombians, Mexicans, Guatemalan, Cuban, Peruvian, etc. You notice the common denominator is they all got a flag. Unlike so-called black people, unlike so-called white people, Latin American people, African American people, Native American people, colored people, Latino people, brown U.S. citizens. These ain't no nationalities. Those is question marks. So how you mad that you claiming something that can't be proven as an actual nationality? You can't be mad at nobody but yourself. But that time is over with now, right? Yeah, it's over with now. See that? Brazilian, Haitian, all of them got a land. Kenya and Japan, they all got a land that they go on and they speak a language that they speaking. I don't know nobody on the planet that speak black. How you speak black? You speak a color? You speak white? What's that? What's Native American? Oh yeah. Ah yeah. Hold on, what time is it? Got good news and bad news. The good news is the build-up was fire. The bad news is I gotta move around. This shit be going too fast. Shit be going too fast, man. This shit be going too fast. Way too fast. But let me show y'all these books though before I move around though. Alright? Make sure y'all tune in. Snatch my book off Amazon. It's on my website, kushday.com. You can go to khalifamedia.com. It's on there too. Hold up. Let me show y'all this real quick though. Don't forget, we kicking the whole series off right now. This just part 2. Wait till part 3 though. Yeah. Wait till part 3 drop. It's fam. We just gonna slowly turn the temperature up some more. That's what we on. We gonna slowly turn the temperature up some more. You know what I'm saying? We gonna slowly turn it up. So let me show y'all these books real quick. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Oh yeah, we got the color version too though. Yes sir. We got the color version now, baby. Yeah. We got the color version now. This one color is good. This one color is good. Yeah. Don't forget. Critical thinking. Don't forget. Knowledge, comprehension, application, analyze, synthesis, action. Don't forget. The Moors is back. Yeah, the Moors is back. Like we never left. Yeah, like we never left. If you in the rack, link up. Whatever territory you in, man, pull up. We own that. Don't believe nothing they selling you. If they ain't not showing you no receipts, they cap. Yeah, big action. You know what I'm saying? Alright, boys. I hope y'all got something from this beam out. It's always love building with y'all. Don't forget, teach the babies. This flag right here should be on your wall. I self-law and master. Each one teach one. Much love, boys. Islam.